TV.
Rogers TV Durham would like to acknowledge that we are on the treaty and traditional territory of the Mississaugas of Scugog Island First Nation of the Mississauga Nation. May we respectfully honor the knowledge and understanding of the Indigenous stewards of these ancestral lands and ensure that the voices of the First Peoples are represented in our collections, programs, and services.
The opinions expressed in the following programs are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect those of Rogers Cable or Rogers TV.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of At the Heart of Business. I'm your host, Judith Tate. At the Heart of Business is a conversation with women in business discussing their challenges and successes. My first guest today is Jade Corona, owner of a very fascinating child wellness studio called Love Child Connected. Welcome, Jade.
Thank you for having me. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, and thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
So tell us all about Love Child Connected. That's a very unique type of business, a wellness studio for children.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. So basically, I started this business because of everything that was going on in the last few years, and watching children and just how they've been expressing themselves and emotions and regulation. And so I've been all over the community and supporting parents through coaching baseball and Girl Guides of Canada, and just watching children and their emotions kind of like changing after everything we've been through in the last few years. And so I wanted to support kind of their well-being. And I also noticed in my own self some different things with emotions and anxieties and fears and things like that. And so I started this because for my own self, I felt like all the time like I couldn't catch my breath. And I was having kind of different like fears and feelings. And so what I did was I opened a place that children could come in and express themselves through like fear and anxiety, and then turned it into kind of like a play-based studio. So we offer like yoga and meditation and calming activities. And yeah, we just connect kind of there and relate to each other and just creating a safe space for children.
I really love that. Did you notice, or did you get requests from parents who were having trouble with their kids? Because like you saw, like you had your own challenges, but what about other parents?
Right, so actually that's exactly what it was. So of course, having friends and neighbors and family and how we're all connecting, and I'm kind of a new mom. I have a 6 and a 7-year-old, so at the same time we're all talking about kind of what they're going through, and I'm thinking to myself, you know, we go through the same things, and if only us when we were children had some type of support to help us kind of like feel that emotion and talk about that emotion and know that it's okay to have it and how to get through it, and then use that today. And so speaking with parents, we would say, you know, so-and-so is feeling so overwhelmed. They screamed and freaked out, and I don't know how to handle that. And so us as parents, you know, every day it's a different kind of emotion, so we're not sure what we're going to do. So what I said was, well, we go to breathing classes, we go to meditation, we go to yoga, and it helps us when we leave a space like that or a studio like that. Us as adults, we feel really good inside, and we feel like I've taken my fullest breath and I can take on the day a lot easier. And so I thought we should open something like that for kids where they can come and just something fun at the same time and do some little breaths, and I teach them what to do and some stretching and tune into your mind, body, and soul, and leave the studio feeling like I'm okay. And tomorrow when I feel that emotion again, I can use these little kind of tools and feel better in the kind of fear or whatever you're going through, right? And just kind of regulate that for your own self, helping your own self, right?
Yeah, for sure. How did you come up with the name Love Child Connected?
So I was actually doing my breath coaching. I was doing breath work facilitators course, and some of us were starting up businesses and some already had that. And because I love children so much and I connect with them so well, I decided I just said it's going to be Love Child, because I'm going to support and love the child and do these kinds of things for them with love from my heart. And I love, like I said, all children. So it's just love the child and then connect. So in the studio, we connect with them and they connect with themselves and they connect with other friends.
Now, so first of all, what's the age range?
So we've had as young as 14 months. So sometimes I have little classes together and I combined with the Durham Mommy Connections and things like that. Yeah, so they have come in and they have done a class, and their kids are anywhere from, I think, closer to 18 months. And then sometimes babies are coming because, you know, siblings as well, right? Yeah. So yeah, we've done that. And the parents, of course, come and they stay with this and they connect with that. And it's really nice because the parents actually get to connect with their kids and do these little fun things with them to feel good for them, and then they can take that home and do it with them at night, little kind of bedtime routines and just, you know, something really like enjoyable that makes you feel good and breathe better is what I always say. So yeah, so 18 months, and then up to my oldest age so far I've seen is 16 years, and then of course I'm asked all the time if some adults can come and do some practicing with breath as well.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah, because I was going to ask you like if the parents participate, so it sounds like they do.
Yeah, most of the time they do. We have a lot of drop-in classes as well, so it's an hour and you can drop them in, and sometimes it works a little bit better if you do go, because the child seems to kind of open up a little bit more, whereas sometimes when parents come they act a little bit more sillier. Yeah. So when parents come, so I kind of say drop them off, and if they're doing fine, if they come in and don't feel like, you know, they need their parent, if they need you to stay, of course you can stay, but otherwise drop them off. I'll connect with them and we connect with other friends, and then we do an hour and it goes by like this, and it's really nice because they always leave and they say, oh, it was great with Miss Jade, and I'm going to do this at home. And I hear from other parents too, like last night so-and-so has done the breath work and fell asleep right away, you know, and so it was really lovely.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Okay, so speaking of breath work, what do we have here on the table?
Yeah, so here we have a breathing ball, and you can have one as well.
Yay. Looks like fun.
Yeah, it's really fun. I know that you can get these anywhere because everybody always asks me about them, and they've been in schools for so long. And often when my kids come, they'll say, we have this in our class or at our preschool or Montessori school. So what I like to do is I like to teach them how we're going to use it. So the expansion, of the breath, where you're taking it in nice and slow. So this is what happens when I'm showing them the in breath, and at our own pace, but I like to try and help them use maximum amount of inhalation, right? So what we do is we inhale through the nose, and then we're exhale through the mouth. Nice and slow, and again at your pace. So it just starts to give you that feeling of calm. And so this is actually what happens in the belly. So the belly, when you inhale, actually expands out and blows up like a balloon. And then we know it's actually blowing out your belly, and then your belly is deflating. And it comes back in. Because sometimes when we're in types of breaths or in different emotions, panic or fear, we're, you know, going like this, right? And that's how we're using our breath. And sometimes even when we're breathing in, our belly is actually sucking in, right? Yeah. So that's not how we take in our inhalation. Our inhalation is a nice big breath, filling your belly nice and full, and then relax. And that's how we use these balls.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I love that, because then it really gives you something to focus on. And I think that really helps kids, and it's a great illustration for kids.
It's a perfect illustration. It's not my idea or thought, but it's one that I use in there. So we have about 10 or 12, and sometimes we get in a circle and we open it up and inhale and exhale, and some, you know, catch it right on, and others it takes another session or another time, and it's a great way to be together and do that.
Great. Yeah. So what kind of challenges have you had with this business?
I haven't had too many challenges. It's been really good. Just a little bit of the yoga aspect of it. So I am certified in teaching yoga for children. So I do incorporate yoga, but what I like to incorporate mostly is breath, because that's actually the definition of what yoga is, using the breath. And the stretching, what I like to say, is kind of like a bonus to go with it, right? Kind of stretching out the body. So sometimes I kind of lose some of the community with the yoga aspect of it, because maybe not so many people want to practice yoga, or different views of yoga, right? So one of those challenges is there, because we do offer so much more than that with the breathing. We have art as well, calming activities, little types of meditation, and then I like to say yoga and a stretch is almost like the bonus. So just run into the kind of the misconception that it's just yoga.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow, sounds like you offer quite a bit there.
Yes,
That's
yeah.
great.
And it's play-based, because, you know, to keep also a child's attention span, it's a little bit complicated. So we do turn it into fun games as well, and that's why stretching and exercising is great to do at the same time.
That's good.
Yeah.
So tell us about the summer programs, because I know you have summer programs that you offer.
Okay, yes,
well?
thank you. Yes, I do. So every 2 weeks we have special camps going on. So what would happen is it's from 9 to 3:30, and this gives us a better full day to be together. So what we would do is like the normal same morning circle is what I call it on the summer camp. So we would connect in, and all the kids get to kind of chat about, you know, what they went through even in the morning or the night before, or something that's happened at school, and we get to know each other, and, you know, they end up all relating with each other in different fears and anxieties they have, like types of bullying, or, you know, maybe nervous to play their first game of soccer and things like that. So when we do that, we connect the kids all together, and then it more feels like, you know, we're all friends already, like just by chatting, right? So we start with that, and then we do a little bit of stretching, and then I have actually 2 rooms in the studio. One is a stones and rocks and crystal room. So the kids love it in there. We have hundreds of types of rocks, and they all play with them, and we use water, and we kind of clean them, and we use them for our own kind of like good energy, and then I teach them how to do kind of mini meditations on them. I call them 30-second meditations, because that's about as long as they can do that. And I just teach them how to just stop and kind of be within themselves, and then they hold one of the rocks as a focus point, right? So it's like, you know, you've noticed this rock is blue and it's shiny, and whichever type it is, and you're just holding it, and I use that as the focus point, so that when, you know, you're just thinking about that rock, not anything else, and you've just let everything go. And then in the next room we have what's called like the instrument room. So we have steel drums and little fingerboards and fun little things that they can connect with, so that if they're banging around and listening to music, it's nice and gentle, calming at the same time.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
And what about your programs you have something coming up in September?
September, we are thinking about giving it a bit of a change. So what I would like to do is an after-school program, because then this gives kids a chance to be into the studio longer than just an hour, because like I said, once we kind of connect and communicate, the hour is over. So if we got into an after-school program, this would kind of help them just, you know, all the energy from in school was very hyped up, so we just want to kind of get that absorption of all that high energy and bring it down nice and calm, and then by the time you pick them up, maybe it's a nice dinner and a nice bedtime routine, right? So that's what I would like to turn it into, is after-school programs. So they're a longer amount of time. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, well that's fantastic.
Yeah.
It sounds like you've built yourself quite a big business, and one that's really serving the community well.
Yes.
All right, well thank you so much for chatting with us today.
Thank you very much for having me.
And stay tuned, we'll be speaking with Tabia Charles Collins next.
program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
It's been a long time coming.
You don't win it to keep it, you win it to be a part of its history.
Always knew.
Always hard to see the difference between winning and losing.
How to steal.
The quest for the hardest trophy to win in sports. This is Rogers TV.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to At the Heart of Business. I am your host, Judith Tate. At the Heart of Business is a conversation with women in business discussing their challenges and successes. Our next guest today is Tabia Charles Collins, owner of Tabia Charles Collins Consulting Incorporated.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Tabia.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me on this wonderful show. Greatly appreciated.
Oh, thank you so much for being here. So today we're going to talk a lot about your consulting business, but I really want to capture who you are. So when I first spoke to you and then looked at your website, I thought, oh my goodness, this woman is fabulous. So you're a real estate agent. You're a former Olympian. You design your own fashion clothing, or you have your own fashion line. What else? You own
a PSW agency.
PSW agency.
I'm a section leader for Toronto Carnival.
Oh,
yes.
goodness.
Me and my husband have a development and training program where we coach children and athletes. So children and adults. So we do it all.
Yeah, you've got a lot on the go, and you do a lot, and you're much like me. You're multi-passionate. I love that. First, let's talk about that beautiful jacket. When you walked in with that, I was like, I want that jacket. It's just and it just pops. I love it.
Thank you so much. So I wanted to mix like high fashion and my roots, the motherland. So the inspiration is obviously Ankara designs from Africa, but also I love fashion. I love high fashion, the runway. I like what makes a statement, what art is. You walk into a room and you kind of feel like, who is that person or what is that? And so I created this jacket with all of that in mind.
Yeah, it works. Yeah. You walk in, it's like, wow, that's amazing. What's the name of your fashion line?
So it was called Anissa by Tabia Charles.
Okay.
So I had it a while back, took a little break from it when I went on to mat leave with my second child.
Yeah.
I wanted to really focus on just real estate. I became a real estate agent, investor, but I cannot wait to get back to fashion because fashion is definitely my passion, and I'm excited to get back into start creating again and creating stuff for women that want to be one of a kind.
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
Yes, thank you.
And you said that you're starting a PSW business?
Yeah, so me and my business partners, there's 4 of us all together, Dion and Olu and Shani. And so we have created a PSW agency. We want to be able to help and support those in need who might need extra support at home. We know that with the aging population, many can't afford to go into retirement homes or, whatever the case may be. And we want to support those within our community and offer a quality service.
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
Yes.
Okay, I'd love to hear all about everything else that you do, but we really want to focus
100%.
on you being a real estate agent.
Exactly. Yes, please.
So how did you get into real estate?
Yeah, so it's interesting. My business partner, Rohan Brown, one of the best there is in the GTA, he actually got me into it. So he sold our first home, and I was finding him so many clients to sell, who wanted to sell, who wanted to buy. And he was like, Tabia, you're giving me all of these clients. Why don't you become an agent? And I was like, it was never on my radar to become, a real estate salesperson. And when I was on mat leave with my second child, my daughter, I just did the test. I studied, did the test, and became an agent, and it's been history ever since. And it has been, I never knew I would love real estate this much. Yeah. And I think what I love most about it is being able to help people make one of the biggest decisions of their lives, but most importantly, helping people create generational wealth, showing them how to create financial freedom, of course, with investing and purchasing, multifamily homes or whatever type of investment it is. But real estate has shown me personally, and I've been able to help others get towards their financial, their real estate, their goals of just financial freedom.
Oh, that's great. It's so important, especially nowadays, just to have something like a vehicle towards wealth and that financial freedom and security.
You just said it, and it's like just to have something, you know, like in this life, whatever our goals are, our passions, our dreams, just be able to own. And you don't have to live in. People think I don't want to buy and live in it and all this, but just to have something that you can either pass down to your children or just to kind of start creating. Not everybody wants to work until they're 70, and we're in a system now where if you don't have assets, if you don't have a piece of the pie in real estate, whatever it is, you'll end up working until you're 75. And I truly believe that most people want to create freedom for themselves. And money isn't everything, but it's a thing. And to help you create wealth, personally, real estate is the vehicle for me, and it's for so many others as well. So,
So, tell us a bit about that, how you help others create that.
So the reason why I'm so passionate, so my parents were homeowners, and they've been there, done that, took risks and all of those things. It was my friend, one of my bestest friends and my real estate agent and my business partner. He was like, Tabia, you know, creating wealth. And he was just showing me the way, you know, how to create wealth, how to set yourself up and your family. And being able to purchase, in 1 year, he helped me purchase 3 investment properties. He has changed my life and my family's life. And so just seeing how that worked, I had to pay it forward. And so I have an investment club of almost 300 women.
Nice.
And I help them do the same thing, purchasing property, whether it's by themselves or together. We invest together. I just show them opportunities of how we can do it, how they can achieve their goals, how they can create something for their families, for themselves. And it's just that. Rohan has helped me accumulate over 14 properties. And so whether it's with me, my husband, with friends, with even strangers that we've met, but we all have the same vision, we all have the same goals. And when you meet people like that, the sky's the limit. And we've been able to kind of just move forward each year, accumulating properties, whether it's in Toronto, whether it's in the GTA, whether it's internationally. And it's been a really good feeling by having this group and this club and other like-minded women.
So your ideal client is just women?
I don't want to say just women. So as a real estate agent, I work with all people, women, men, families, younger, older. But my club specifically is an investment club for women. And, you know, just kind of motivating and inspiring women that you can do it by yourself. It happens that a lot, you know, we want to wait for someone to save us or someone to help us purchase. And when you continue to wait for people, sometimes you don't end up with nothing. And so I want to show them that, you know what, whether you have $25,000 or $100,000, a piece of the pie is better than zero of the pie. And that is really what I've been kind of preaching to them through this whole journey.
I love that because, as you said, like a piece of the pie is better than nothing. And it just gives opportunity.
Exactly.
I think that's amazing. And just doing it with like-minded people.
That's it, like-minded people. Because sometimes, you know, you'd be surprised how many opportunities are available that people have no idea about. So if you're not in the right circles, if I didn't meet someone like Rohan or Aaron Charles, right, and all of these different people that have got me closer to my goals, I would have never have known about things like private lending, you know, group funding, you know, all of these things that kind of help you get into the real estate circle. And now all these women that would have had no idea about these opportunities, we're doing it together because I have the network and now they're part of that network.
Nice. That's right. Leveraging other people's networks. That's huge.
That's what it is. Exactly.
Love it. What kind of challenges have you faced with this business?
So as you know, the market went crazy, right? I think 2022, 2023, where the interest rates skyrocketed. So it's challenging for people to get into the market, you know, having to purchase, not getting the mortgage and all these different challenges that are obstacles in their way. But with that being said, getting together in groups. You can't do it by yourself. Grab 3 other people, right? And so being able to help them still achieve those goals, not because the interest rates have skyrocketed and things are going crazy, that means that you don't do anything at all. And so I've been able to partner up with, again, Rohan and Aaron and create just a multitude of opportunities to help people get their foot in the market. I didn't mention it, but we have a group fund that my business partners and I have started. It's called the Excellence Fund, and it allows people to still invest. Maybe you can't buy a property right now, but you're investing in a bigger vehicle that is developing other projects. I could literally go on and on, but I don't
Yeah. No, that's great. This is very interesting because it's just showing people that there's opportunities out there. Just because, like, if you can't afford something on your own, you can do it, you know, even as a stepping stone, do it with other people.
That's it. I mean, it's like 4 people get something. You sell in 3-5 years.
Yeah.
You divide that up.
Yeah.
Now maybe we can all go do our own thing. But people always want to do something. I am a team player.
Yeah, good.
Much as I love to lead, I love being part of a team. And there's many things that had I not been able to work with a team, I wouldn't have been able to achieve. And so I want to exemplify this same thing with my group because I don't want to talk about it. I want to show them how I got there and the same exact way that I'm trying to achieve my real estate and my financial freedom goals. I'm showing them exactly that same blueprint.
So what wins? I'm sure you've had lots of wins. Just name 1 or 2.
Yeah, so one of my groups in the club purchased 2 properties in less than 90 days.
Wow.
And so the goal was that, you know, hopefully by the end of the year, you know, we can, you know, get 1 property and get a second one. But the fact that we were able to purchase 2 properties, and one of the properties has potential to become a triplex. So there's just so much future growth and opportunity. And so those are the wins that I love. Getting groups of people together and raising almost $500,000 to invest in other projects. Yeah. There has been so many wins with this group, and I'm so appreciative. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. So are those properties here or?
So one of them is in Quinte West, which is in Trenton, where the Army base is.
Yeah.
Another property is in Calgary.
Okay.
One of the projects that we're investing in is actually, it is down, so I think it's uptown in Toronto. So we're doing kind of like a renovated rebuild.
Okay.
So many projects that we have. We have our RE2 project in Ajax, which is a new development. So it's a pre-construction. So we're getting the team into those as well. Yeah. We have our Rosewood project that's in Brampton. So there are so many projects.
Oh, wow.
So many honestly, I say to my group, if I don't get each and every one of you into something, I haven't done my job, because all the opportunities that I've brought to the table with Golden Triangle Development, with Rohan, I'm truly putting it all out there on a platter. Yeah. And now it's just for them to kind of make the decisions and move forward.
Oh, that's great. I love it.
Thank you.
Now, what's your definition of success?
Success. I love this question.
Yeah.
Success for me is peace. So having way more time and just less stress with around my family and friends. I want to be able to be more flexible. So flexibility for me is being able to, at the middle of the day, if I got to go take my son lunch or take him out of school to see a movie, those little things that I really cherish. So happiness, freedom, and peace. Those are for me. When I'm feeling those, that's when I know that I've accomplished a certain level of success, and I'm still working towards even more of that. But that's what success is for me.
Oh, I love that. That's beautiful. And that's, you know what? Success, I love that definition, because success doesn't always have to mean money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And money is a thing. So I always say money is definitely a thing, but it's not everything. Because if you have a lot of money and you don't have friends and good people around you to share it with, so at the forefront of that, I want to create wealth. I want wealth where I can take care of my parents, my family, my kids have something for the next years to come. But with that, peace has to be inside of there. Happiness has to be inside. Flexibility for we can hang out and travel together has to be a part of that too.
Yes, exactly. And what are your words of advice for anyone looking to start in real estate in 20 seconds?
Words of advice is speak to those who are doing exactly what it is that you are wanting to achieve. Get around those circles, those networks, ask questions. We're in a world now where you can Google and research anything. Get into the groups of like-minded people, and I promise you they will take you to where you want to get to.
Oh, that's beautiful. Love it. Thank you so much, Tabia, for joining us.
I really appreciate this show. Beautiful show, beautiful lady.
Oh, thank you.
Again.
Oh, you're the best. And thanks, everyone, for watching. We'll see you next time on another episode of At the Heart of Business.
Connect with us by visiting